Joining me is Tausif Rahman, spokesperson TMC, Shikha Mukherjee, political commentator, Tuhin Sinha, national spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party. I'd like to begin with Shikha Mukherjee, political commentator. Shikha Mukherjee, what do you make of what we're witnessing right now?
I think it's the first punch in a boxing match, and with the ED having delivered a punch, Mamata has hit back, and I think this is just the start of the game. It's not game over. It's just the start of the game. Why did the ED raid? I think the timing is what is disturbing. The timing is what is making us all speculate, and the timing is when the SIR process is going on, and we all know that the I-PAC has been sort of accused of manipulating the SIR rules, helping the TMC, figuring out what to do, how to get out of this jam. Having said that, there is the SIR, then there is what Mamata says is our party's documents. The data that she claims is there in these offices at the home of Pratik, Jain, etc. And if she's walking out with all these files and making a sort of huge demonstration of the misuse of agencies, something that she has campaigned about in 2021, in 2024, and before, then it develops into a kind of it's one further addition to an ongoing narrative of the fact that the opposition ruling states are being victimized, being sort of intimidated, and there is a manipulation of perception going on through this branding of corruption.
All right. Okay. You know, also what's happened is that the Enforcement Directorate has approached the Kolkata High Court where they say that Mamata Banerjee is trying to come in the way of investigation. I-PAC has also approached the High Court and the hearing is tomorrow. So that's on the side. But I want to go across to the TMC spokesperson. The charge is very clear, Tausif Rahman. If there is nothing to hide, then why barge into the office where the ED raids are taking place, try and run away with files? What is it that the Chief Minister has to hide?
Good evening, Preeti. Preeti, I don't think so. We have anything to hide. I mean, if there is something, the ED was responsible and they must be giving a show cause notice to Pratik Jain or to the I-PAC office. I mean, at least a call at the Nizam place, but nothing happened. It just came back though. See, again, this ED is just following the instruction of BJP. Why these raids are always during elections, Preeti? The intention is clear to harass TMC, but they are daydreaming. I-PAC is our office from where we plan our strategies. What they wanted to loot, actually, I just wanted to know. I mean, this loot is what all about. Our strategies, our candidate names, so that BJP can harass them and blackmail them. Why such exercise only during election season? Basically, now BJP state seeing yesterday's Abhishek Banerjee's program at Itahar. They couldn't sleep all night. What is the success rate of ED, Preeti? Tell me about it. I mean, here's some interesting facts about Shah's private mafia. I mean, that is ED. About 98% of ED cases against the politicians were filed on opposition leaders. The remaining 2% are those who went and joined BJP washing machine. I mean, you take it as Suvendu Adhikari.
But then if there is, okay, so you can actually quote that conviction rate in your favor and say you've nothing to hide, come, because once again the ED can come to a notch and you can go ahead and use it politically. So why barge in to an office and try and take out files? Because that is coming in the way of investigation.
No, of course, those are strategy files. Those are candidate names. Why would I allow them to do? I mean, this is not a bazaar. This is not a mall. That you will come anytime and barge into an office. That's a private office. I-PAC is just not a consultancy company, but they are working with TMC. The whole world knows about it. But I want to know the intention of ED and why BJP is so much worried. Before giving a statement, before coming a statement from ED, there was a statement from BJP. But that's a B team of ED. Or BJP. I just don't understand.
I want to bring in Tuhin Sinha into this conversation. Tuhin Sinha, and I'd like our producers to go back. And this was just journalistic inquisition. We just took out last 10 elections across the country, all 10 elections. And what we found, Tuhin Sinha, was very interesting because 3 months, 2 months, sometimes 1 month before elections, some agency has cracked down either on the opposition party to the BJP or the party which was incumbent, which was not the BJP. I'm not saying there is anything behind it, Tuhin Sinha, but these are interesting facts that one needs to ponder about.
Well, good evening, Preeti. Good evening, everybody. Before, expanding or extrapolating to other cases, I think we must say. Now, ED was raiding 10 premises, 6 in Bengal, 4 in Delhi, with regard to the coal scam of 2020. Now, if during the coal scam, a certain Hawala network was discovered, money laundering network was discovered, and that network is supposed to have made payments of tens of crores to I-PAC. Do you think I-PAC should have been given immunity just because it is working with TMC? That's the moot question over here. We never intended to go after I-PAC. It could have been the Hawala money could have been traced to an educational institute. It could have been traced to a hospital or whatever. But the fact is, if that money trail is important in the investigation, we need to get to the bottom of the case. Now, the point is, why is Mamata Banerjee so desperate? I think by her own lowly standards of moral conduct, what she has done today, has achieved a new low. Why would a chief minister run to the office which is being raided? And by the way, the papers which she came out with dates back to February 2022. Is she trying to say that February 2022 papers are linked to her present preparation? No, they are not. Conflict of interest. See, there is Hawala money which is involved in coal scam, and there is the same Hawala money which is possibly involved in I-PAC funding by TMC. What is so? What is it that the TMC is not able to get it?
No, I'm
I
not
think
saying
this is
anything.
the
All I was
most
doing,
brazen conflict.
I'm saying, if one smells a rat, one must investigate. But all we did, like I said, was we bought out the last 10 elections. Tuhin Sinha, I'm afraid there's a problem with your audio. We're going to try and connect it if we have time. I want to bring in Shikha Mukherjee back into this conversation. Shikha Mukherjee, what we are looking at, it may be a tad too early, but we are looking at a head-on collision where the investigative agencies are concerned and the TMC government. How does it serve the TMC politically and the BJP politically? Tomorrow, you have the I-PAC going to court, you have the ED going to court accusing each other of trespassing and other charges. Go ahead.
Right. Well, it's interesting because if you look at the way in which the ED has rushed to court saying that their investigations are being obstructed, and they have accused the chief minister of abuse of power, it's going to be a free-for-all that follows. Let me go back to a point that that Tuhin Sinha raised. If Hawala money is being used by the TMC, then the raid ought to happen on the TMC's offices, not on I-PAC's offices necessarily. If the ED has the guts, they should raid it. If they know how the money leads where, then they should do it.
But fair point. I don't have that much time. Ms. Mukherjee, let Tuhin Sinha answer that question.
Not going to be raided. See, the investigation follows its own trail. Don't obstruct it. That's my only limited point. And why is Mamata Banerjee? Mamata Banerjee's behavior has a certain pattern. Whether it is Sheikh Shahjahan, whether it is the criminals involved in the RG Kaur case, why is she always seen siding with criminals? Is this
no? But Tuhin Sinha, I just want to come in here. No, Tuhin Sinha, just for the sake of clarity, where the RG Kaur case was concerned. Where the RG Kaur case was concerned, just for the sake of clarity, it was actually the CID that actually figured out who the killer was. And you know it. The CBI came out with the same theory.
Why does she always tend to have a soft corner for criminals? We have seen that in the Sheikh Shahjahan case. For 2 months, she tried to shield him.
Okay, Tuhin Sinha, you have 30
CBI
seconds.
got the better of him.
20 seconds. Tuhin Sinha. Sorry, Tausif Rahman. 20 seconds.
Preeti, I have a simple strategy. I want to know about the credibility of the ED. In the last 11 years, a total of 5297 cases were filed by ED. How many were taken to the court for trial? Only 47. So we are talking about the credibility. This is why we have to interfere. Because even if ED is an independent body or a government
I'll say the same thing again.
They cannot make a ruckus out of it.
But Tausif Rahman, I'm going to end with that also. Then I can say the same thing again. Because if really nothing has come out of all the time the ED has cracked down on the opposition, use it to your favor. Let them continue these searches. Let them come up with nothing. Use it politically. But having said that, we're going to let it rest. Thank you. Okay. You know, this is a story that is going to brew and continue. Tomorrow you have both the ED and the TMC and the I-PAC, sorry, going to court. And let's see how that pans out. While Mamata Banerjee is taking out a march against what she says is a witch hunt by investigative agencies.